Have you ever tried spending your time over something that is actually wasting your time? Like scrolling on Facebook and suddenly see a post telling that the Philippines will be hit by a tidal wave in exact 1 o'clock in afternoon, and you will be panicking because you got no time to prepare for your evacuation. Or you win a 50,000 pesos amount of money from a raffle draw, but you couldn't claim it unless you will pay an amount of 10,000 pesos to process your prices. But then you realize all the things you saw in social media is not legit. It is fake news. Fake news has been used as extensively by news media, in social media, and general discussions. It is one of the stories that looks like real news stories, but are hoaxes, propaganda, disinformation, and misinformation. As worry grows, people are sharing more false information, especially in social media. The problem is, when people do not take time to question information source and check, and false information can easily spread. Over the last 4 years, fake news has become an everyday expression and a major part of any discourse around the media. Like the impact of fake news in this strange new age of COVID 19. In 2020, the COVID 19 pandemic has come to dominate the media, both domestically and abroad. Alongside increased attention on the pandemic, has come to the viral spread of COVID 19 fake news online. Mainly of the stories, as tantalizing as they are patently false. Humans are generally very bad at detecting fake information because fake news often look like real news. Like the news being spread in social media that the US and the Chinese government is the one who is responsible for creating the COVID 19 virus. And the 5G has something to do with it or whatsoever. Another thing is the COVID 19 vaccine rumors and conspiracy theory that can contribute to the vaccine hesitancy and lead to mistrust, which being disseminated into the social media. This is a misinformation telling that if you got the shot with the vaccine, your lifespan will last only for 3 years or you will turn into a zombie, or it will trigger your illnesses to your body. So today, we're about to dig deeper about these undeleted issues, the fake news. So here are some of the tips that you will learn about fake news. Number 1. Ungrammatical error or misspelled words. You see an article or video that being posted on Facebook or any social websites that is talking about some interesting or catering news. Then you notice some errors. It may be sentence construction, given date, misspelled words, or maybe you just check in a fake one. Number 2. No authorization or legalization. This news has no written order or formal identity of the publisher. You must check their sources or the citation or other information available in author websites. As a social media user, you can prevent fake news through this.
Quick tips. Do not spread out fake news like sharing it directly to any platforms of social media accounts.
Investigate first before interacting with what you saw. Never distribute the news without going to it and reading the entire article. And also, check the articles for better understanding.
Confirmation. You need to confirm it first if that news you saw or read is legit. That's why we need to check the sources. See who else is reporting that news, examine some of the evidences of what they have. And lastly, check the other sites that you read that it might sound right to you. Finally, uses our common sense. Bear in mind, guys, that fake news is designed to feed up our biases, hopes, or fears. Other sites should make you raise your eyebrows and tip you off that you need to dig more dig around more to see if they can be trusted. And this is true even when the site looks professional and has a semi-recognizable logos.
Don't quickly believe what you saw online. As we've seen, social media has attempted to rein in the number of fake news articles shared on each site. This has the potential to, and often does, affect every other aspect of life.
Number 5. Correct the fake news. Attach the primary source to the fake news posted in medias. In this situation, you can help the primary source to be spread. Always be vigilant to notice if it is fake news.
Be a critical thinker alone. It's quite effective, but sometimes, to become safe in early time, we need to ask some pros if we have doubts in a news. Therefore, we, as an individual, are the one to take responsibility of preventing the spread of fake news. It is almost impossible to stop the fake news. However, we can strive to prevent. Avoid the spread of fake news. If you are not part of the solution, well then you are probably the part of the problem. There are following tips in order to prevent the spreading of fake news through these steps. Keeping yourself well informed by making sure that the things you are reading, hearing, and helping you get the right information. If you are not sure something that you have read, check it and look for another trustworthy sources that supports the information that you have found. Don't easily trust what you just have read and just hear. You must investigate the article. Just avoid and stay away if you are in doubt about what you have read. Check who wrote the article before sharing, commenting, or liking it. It is important to check the source first. Don't get all the information in social media. Check the trusted new websites. Because the worst part of fake news in social media is that the statements you read could have been edited and distorted several times over, to the point where the original author doesn't even recognize them anymore. So, you must have to remember all those steps so that you can't able to do directly something that you might regret later. Don't engage yourself with anything that you are not sure about. Be responsible. And that's all. Thank you.